Welcome back to Imperator Rome's Dev Diary 2nd of July. Oh, what is it about? Economy and buildings in a city, as they say here. We have a nice preview into the game screens. And first of all, Johan begins with tax income. Tax income of a city is based on how many slaves you have in the city primarily. Then there are several modifiers that affect it, like access to trade goods, probably trade routes, stability, as you might remember from EU4, then ministers probably giving some bonuses, and some factions, when in power, that may increase our tax income. That, if the patricians are in power, for example, that might increase the tax income. Then secondly, there's commerce, already mentioned with the trade goods here. Only present if you either import or export trade goods from a province. Each trade link provides some income, and then the amount of citizens you have increases it, while marketplaces and other factors can increase it as well. So what this does seemingly is the citizens are a multiplier or a bonus percentage to the trade link that provides a base income from probably the trade good and the relation between the two provinces. And marketplaces and other factors, so to say, will probably also give percentage bonuses. I'd expect that, or maybe also flat bonuses. We'll see about that. There are also various economic policies that affect your income and expenses on a country level, but they will be mentioned only in a later dev diary. So this is about the economy on a city-based environment. It's not the province, it's not the state, it's the city we're looking at, and it's commerce. So, finally, each city has a few building levels. Each city can have at least one building, and each additional 10 pops in that city allows another building level. This is a system that is close to the system in, for example, EU4, where you can unlock additional building slots through development. So here, that would be done with population, so not with development. That's a little different, but also makes a lot of sense. The pops would support that building. And let's look at what buildings you can have then. Currently, these are the effects of the building types, but that may change during development. There are training camps that give 10% manpower and 10% more experience to build units built in the city. There is a fortress. Each fortress you build gives one more fort level. So it's basically a fortress and you expand that fortress then. It's a different system from EU4 where you would just build a better fortress and you have one building slot for it. This consumes another building slot if you want to improve the fortress. Marketplace each gives 20% commerce income. So if you have a good city, and they say each gives plus 20% commerce income, if you have a good city, like a big city, maybe in the center of your empire, and you have like a trade route to it, and you have, let's say, 50 pops, make 5 marketplaces, then you have plus 100% commerce income, and also a big multiplier from the pops in that city. So it probably makes sense to, if that is true, each gives that supposes that you can build multiples. It makes sense to, wherever it is possible, specialize the cities, and that's probably a very good thing. On the other hand, it also creates strategic weaknesses, and a city that has probably a low defense could have, for example, a high commerce on the other hand, and then could be a very good target. And for you as the owner of such a city, you always have to balance security with something like commerce or like population, because if you look at the granary here, gives -1 unrest and plus 10% population growth. So the unlocking of new building levels will probably be helped by granaries, but profiting from that or defending a city would consume the slots again. So stacking granaries is a so-so thing. Probably you should start with granaries and then, yeah. I mean, this is a strategy game, so each of you probably thinks about the same right now. What can I do with that? How can I how can I use the levers that the game gives me? It's fun thinking about that. So each building type can be built multiple times. If you have 4 slots in your city, you can fill them all with granaries if you so desire. Of course, you can order the building of multiple buildings in a city at once. Very cool. And they will be built in a queue. So we have queues for buildings. That is very practical. Let's look at the screenshots too. So probably this is the base screenshot. Yeah, that would have been enough here. Let's see the province of Neapolis. You can see that slaves add income, tribesmen add some income. They have a surplus of cloth, which adds another percentage to the income. Then there is cloth, not only a surplus, but there is cloth. That gives 10% more, so we have 15% from cloth. There is governor corruption. That brings nothing. That would probably be a negative modifier if there is corruption then. Then we have Gaius Fabius Licinus, probably that guy, looking at at his province. He's probably the consul or something. Adding 6%, so he could be maybe level 3 or something, adding 6% bonus to the income. Then we have positive stability. We can see here that I think this is stability +1. So positive stability brings 10% per 1, probably. That's just speculation. Civic faction. So we would have some kind of a burgher or maybe patrician faction in power here, and probably in our realm. That gives another 10%. So that would probably be a good income. As you can see, though, we don't have that many people in there. If that's the people, we have 10, 15 people. So we have one building slot open where we could build something. There is the commerce income here. That is 0.10. That's not affected by the cloth. The cloth is added to the tax income. The number of trade routes determines the commerce income. And we probably have one trade route here. That would be then 0.10. I mean, that would make sense. Or it's 2 trade routes. I'm not sure. Then we have a citizen bonus on that. Let's see. That is 3.4%. And that's another speculation, right? We have 15 citizens, if this is right. So adding 3.4% from 15 citizens, that there must be probably some modifiers that we don't know about, or probably some citizens count more than others to the commerce income, like it is with the tax income. We cannot see that separated here like slave tribesmen, but we would love to have that, right? And then we have, again, Gaius Fabius Licinus, probably he's level 3 or level 6 or whatever. That is adding 6% to the commerce income of plus 0.10. So it's probably plus 0.106 or something. And maybe culture and religion could also add something. Let's see, we have trade goods here. And that, what is that? That could be paper here. And there's wood, and there's there could be wine and some kind of green thing here. I'll leave it to you what that is. It looks suspiciously like something I cannot pronounce because YouTube. And there's again the platypus army ready to strike. So let's speculate next time. So very soon, income and expenses on a country level will hopefully be revealed. So we can look forward to that. That said, I'm sorry that this came out so late, but I had other things to do that were, you cannot avoid matters. That said, the next Dev Diary will be a lot quicker. So Dev Diary 6, that is starting out soon, will be covered much earlier. So thank you for watching and happy gaming to you. This is Immanuel Khan signing out. Have a great time. Until next time.